finally, I'd like to share one small project that I've been doing. There's several projects like the WordPress image that has become my lifelong personal project. And it's really nice to have a lifelong personal project. It's like having a good friend who is always going to be next to you, that you can always rely on. So whenever you're frustrated at work or things are not going well, you can always go back to your good friend and work together. This is how it feels like doing this lifelong project. So the World Trade Center Local Preservation Project started after 9/11, when the Twin Towers were destroyed. I started to notice lots of logos containing the World Trade Center. This sort of a typical skyline logo. I bet you also probably have in Milan, they have these skyline logos, and usually they're done by small companies like movers and laundromats. And there was really something sad, but also something really happy about seeing these World Trade Centers that they were gone, but somehow they got preserved in these logos. So I wanted to preserve these logos, and there were so many of them by photographing them. So I collected hundreds of these logos and put it into the website, and made an open project for other people to submit their photos, and it became kind of another great thing about this. It became kind of a game for me. So whenever I'm on the streets in New York, I'm looking for these logos with the World Trade Center. So it becomes like a game that almost like I'm finding Easter egg. So it's a fun experience every time I go to the streets of New York because I'm looking for these logos. And that's what's so enjoyable of having a personal project, because it also becomes a game. So 5 things I've learned thus far in personal project is that professional and personal project can complement each other, as you can see on the example. That not only they complement each other, but also doing personal projects has helped me tremendously in finding new jobs that I want to find in the professional world. Like the job at Trova and the job at Google would not have been possible if I did not do my personal projects. Good things happen when I'm having fun with my project. I think fun is a really important aspect of doing projects. Whenever I feel like I'm not having fun with the project, there's something really wrong, so I try to drop everything and really try to start fresh and try to have fun with it, because good things usually happen. We talk about platforms all the time when I'm working in Google, and platforms are powerful and scalable. Is providing an opportunity for people to participate and for people to say what they have to say and create a platform. Twitter is a platform, Facebook is a platform, and the Bubble Project is a platform. Search Story, Video Creator is a platform, are really powerful and scalable. Sharing is rewarding. When I was at school, my teacher used to say that once you have a good idea, you should protect this idea, because people can copy it or steal your idea, so really protect it and try to copyright it, try to hide it. But things have changed drastically since then. We have open and free culture online, and there is new copyright issues. With Creative Commons, and sharing has become really common. And there's a reward that comes once you're sharing something at a much bigger scale. And finally, I think this is the most important of all the lessons, is that ideas are nothing, doing is everything. In the creative field, I hear lots of people with lots of great ideas. They say, I have this great idea for a store, I have this great idea for a novel, and people love to talk about these great ideas they have, and not many people end up doing this idea and making it into reality. And it doesn't really matter if the ideas are good or bad. I think the most important thing is just making this happen and doing it, and just keep doing it. And in the end, great things will come out of doing this project. So that's my little story, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Eugene, for sharing your experience. Qualcuno è interessato a fare delle domande? Abbiamo la possibilità di scambiare qualche idea con lui.
Just a question. Talking about the bubble project, did you have any trouble with the law, with the police?
Yes, that's a commonly asked question. That the question is, did I get into trouble with the law enforcement? And yes, I did get in trouble with law enforcement. It's considered vandalism and it's illegal. So I tried to be as careful as possible. I always look around for police, but I got caught, I think about 5 times. And it all happened in the subways. Subway is like the most dangerous place to do street art because you're trapped, you cannot run away. And they're also undercover police, so they stopped me 5 times, and usually they give you a ticket that costs anywhere from $50 to $100. And I usually say, I'm sorry, this is a school project I'm doing. And if you're in a bad luck, they can take you to prison and spend the night there. But fortunately, thus far I haven't had any problem of going to prison. But so getting 5 tickets were a problem. But the other problem other legal problem that I faced was that I got a phone call from a media company called Van Wagner. Yes, one of the lawyers wrote an email and called me, and they said, you're the guy behind the global project, and you're destroying our properties, and you have to stop right away, because otherwise we're going to take some drastic legal actions. So I got really scared, and I ended up hiring a lawyer and had to say, what do we do? And the solution that we came up with was that I stopped doing this project, but there are other people out there who are doing it that I have no control over. And that's partially true. Obviously I will continue to do, but there are other people who are really doing it on their own. And there's nothing I can do. And that's another great thing about doing open projects, if other people participating, that they're all responsible. We're all equally responsible. So they stop harassing after that. Any other questions?
Question, because you find yourself on both sides. You are producing advertising at the same time we're fighting against some kind of overwhelming advertising.
Alright, so the question is, I was producing the ads, but also still destroying people who defaced the ad. That's another question that I get asked. It's kind of hypocritical, they said. You're working in advertising agency, but you're going out there to deface the ads they create. And my belief was that the bubble stickers were not actually defacing or destroying the ads, but actually they were helping the ads. With the bubbles, people look at ads more than without the bubbles. So I thought it's really a win-win situation where the public now have an opportunity to speak up about the advertising, and also to win for the brand that has they get more look into their advertising, and they also have opportunity to have dialogue with the public. So I didn't see that as a negative and positive, but as a win-win situation.
Do you think that companies now take this kind of reaction into account when they ask for new kind of advertising?
Well, not necessarily because of the bubble project, but because I think of the power of social media that has become really part of our culture now. They do not ignore what the public has to say, but people immediately tweet about it, or they create a Facebook page if they don't like something. So I think they're forced to listen to what public has to say more now than ever before. Yes, question?
I can say it.
Yeah.
How do you send our CVs to you?
Excuse me?
Our CVs?
CVs? Oh, you can just send it to me in my email. You can just go to pleaseenjoy.com and there's a JiLee at pleaseenjoy.com.
As a designer and as an author, how do you feel whenever your work overgrows the initial proportion and it starts going viral? I don't think that you always plan that the work to go along that way. How it is when it clicks.
Right. Well, I never really planned in the beginning. I had no idea that the bubble project would grow like this, or that the Chrome short video would also spread online. So it's always a pleasant surprise when something gets picked by blogs and it gets and spreads like a virus. But it made me think really about the power of internet and how power of the Twitters and the blogs have more and more on the internet and on the whole design community. And also it makes me think about really practical way, in practical sense, how I can package an idea. So naming a project is extremely important. And being able to come up with a really short paragraph to describe the project is extremely important. Because once I put something online on the website, and I want to make it easy for the bloggers to pick it up. So therefore the naming and choosing the right image and having the right phrase is important. And that's something that when I teach at the School of Visual Arts, I teach the design students there, and I give so much emphasis on the presentation of an idea. That the presentation of an idea is as important as the idea itself. Sometimes even more important. So, designers, it's not only coming up with an idea and making things look great and having a great idea, but great designer is also a great thinker in terms of, and also a great writer. You have to be able to write, a paragraph, you have to be able to come up with a great name. So, those things, when they become viral, make me think even harder. Okay, how can I package something efficiently?
I was wondering if your passion you have for doing your job was somehow influenced by your teachers, or it was something that was always there?
So the motivation to do my personal project was influenced by my teachers. I think the biggest motivation for me to do my personal project was frustrations and problems that I faced. So, and lots of time boredom. So the Bubble project started as my frustration of working in an advertising agency, and the 9 circle numbers started as a boredom of being not having enough project interesting in my life, and in part also was the struggle. Whenever I struggle, I want to solve that struggle in a creative way. So I think the biggest inspiration is the problems and frustrations. And I try to turn those problems and frustrations into something positive by creating a fun project to counterpart that negative and frustrating situation.